Так.
Что тут маленький?
Чё такое? Собачка? Не, я вроде не шаманил здесь. А? Хорошо на стриме слышно. Чё такое? Собачка? На стриме хорошо слышно. Все. Все очень хорошо. Здорово, Костян. Ну, даже Костя подтвердил, что все слышно. Да, косты. Косты, да.
How was that a case? Broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her. Where did this take place? That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street. What?
Опа, через дорогу. Неплохо. Далеко ехать не надо.
Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Накачали наркотой, Шевроле Стайлайн. Смотреть. Ну погнали, Биковский. Погнали. Так, наша тачка здесь. Ну, садись. Так, нам получается надо наверх. Надо объехать. Так, нам показывают, что сюда.
Stop just ahead. Her face looks familiar. Well, that's June Ballard. Tarzan's sister, Beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no...
Так, чуваки, подождите. Да, продолжаем. Давайте, боритесь.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight. What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her stories that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, you'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, you can stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
Так, Джон Баллард в шоке. Ну, пойдем осмотримся, а потом поболтаем. Так,
You'll want to
коронер.
see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part. You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And
Давай
that isn't even the
посмотрим.
best part.
Ее порванные трусы. Да, трусики тут.
Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag.
Обалдеть.
I'll run a trace for
Обалдеть.
semen when I get back to the lab.
Обалдеть. Нюхать. Не знаю, не маленькой девочки меня посадят. Твои можно. Присылай почтой. Милая Джессика, прошу, дорогая, возвращайся домой, пожалуйста. Если ты беспокоишься насчет отца, то зря. Он все простил. Он, конечно, очень вспыльчивый и гордый, но для него ты по-прежнему маленькая девочка. Не знаю, что он жалеет о том, что наговорил тебе. Он жалеет, что наговорил тебе. Дорогая, ты хорошая, приличная девочка, ля-ля-ля. 15, Клара Джоу, целоваться, платье, мужчины, гачи-качалки. Ага, счастье, Билли Хэрингтон и все дела. Эмма и Молли по тебе очень скучают. Эмма стала хорошенькая, а Молли... Ага. Так, дорогая милая Джесси, возвращайся, очень прошу, боюсь за тебя. Меня не покидает чувство, что должно случиться нечто ужасное. Я плачу по ночам. Любящая тебя, Мамен. Камила Хэмилтон. Мать Льюиса Хэмилтона пишет письма. Нифига. Так. Так, ну посмотрим еще раз на трусы, может что-то новенькое найдем. Трусы все те же. А ты что скажешь?
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No.
Конечно,
I think it's
настоящий,
supposed to
ты
be
не
a
видишь?
replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
Клеймо производителя.
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
Почему трусы порванные? Ну, пропердело, порвались.
Someone managed to tip their ride straight off a cliff.
Да, малая девка пропердела, увидела режиссера, продюсера и
Looks like they're
пропердела
lucky they weren't more
трусы.
badly injured.
Девсик, ты не
Must have
один
been
такой.
unconscious.
Да.
Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Кровищи немножко. Мама палит? Чё палит? Трусы палит, возможно. Короче, ничего не понял. А, не, это сестра. Это сестра его. Да, сеструха палит, что проперживаем трусы. Дианон. Ну все, теперь будут знать, что я пропердел трусы. Очень странно, что не работает чатик на стримаке. Алло. Чё не работаем? Работаем. Меня пугает. Работает чат. Чат сдох. Чат сдох окончательно. Сейчас попробую оживить, если получится. Чат. Странно, вообще должен работать. Вообще должен работать чат. Алло. Работай. О! Оно живое. Оно живое. Ну все, Пипа Конфи. Живой, да. Спасибо, что живой. Так, у нас получается нет 0 инфы. Порванные, проперженные трусы. И письмо. Так. Ну, пойдем поболтаем с бабой. Что она скажет? А что врач
Mrs.
скажет?
McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard.
Джин
You
Баллард.
might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of Beast.
You? I don't like. Keep out of this.
Кипанус. Ну, что-то про свой анус там говорит. А,
Вот это надо будет.
а что это? Секретик. А,
We
наркотическое
understand that you're
опьянение.
still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says
Как
that you
трусы?
claim that you were drugged. Who
Окей.
did this to you?
That rat slipped us some Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Ничего не помнишь? Ну, хрен его знает, у тебя такое лицо. Слащавенькое, но сомнение.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal
Ну,
investigation,
говори,
madam.
сучка.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
Марк Бишоп. Кто это?
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton.
Она Гарри
Poor
Поттер.
Jessica.
Да,
It's been
кстати.
a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies.
Значит, где-то
What more can you
Волан-де-Морт.
say?
Чё она сказала? Расскажите нам о вашей нелегкий у нее выдался денек, она мечтаете, что-то ты еще скажешь. Ну ты что-то скрываешь, Милфам.
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
Say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart.
Да какая большая у нее трусы там порванные. Бутафорская высушенная голова. А я, кстати, голову посмотрел. Да.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Да ты трендишь сомнения.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff.
Ой,
Why
слащавенько.
don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
Ой, блядь, Марк Бишоп.
You
Подозреваемый
mentioned
Марк
a Mark
Бишоп.
Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer.
Наземевой
As for
продюсер.
his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
И чё, ну, истинно враг.
It's not going to play that way.
Ну,
Mr.
блядь,
We'll
ну
take
вот,
it from there.
ноль эмоций. Как это
Relax,
можно было
detective.
понять, что это
You're not nearly
сомнение?
as cute when you're mad.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving
Что-то
hospital.
неудачи
I'm going to be
еще с
okay.
прошлых миссий
These guys can take me
продолжают
home
меня
after.
настигать.
My lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Джессика Хэмилтон, больница Центрального района. Ну, погнали, малышку допросим. Так, нас что-то... О, на сознание пришло. Едем к маленькой девочке.
11K Roger, en route.
Блять.
Are you fine?
Маленькие девочки ждут. Школьницы. Больница Центрального района. 8 утра. Так. Ресепшн.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Где
Jessica
школьницы?
Hamilton.
Галышки.
Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, detective.
Так.
Hold me here.
Hello,
Врачеватель.
Doctor. I'm Detective Phelps. You're attending to the young lady from the auto accident?
Yes. She's conscious now, but I doubt she'll remember much. She's still feeling some of the after effects.
Там
Jessica
что-то
was
летает у тебя,
She
врач.
certainly was. Chloral hydrate would be my guess, and there's clear evidence of abuse. She's still a minor, detective.
Someone planned a double murder to cover up a statutory rape? Swap 7 years for life and gets Guy McAfee on their case? Doesn't make much sense to me.
I guess it depends on what they had to lose.
Короче, девалечку еще и насиловали.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels sweaty.
Так, что у тебя тут в карточке написано? Конфиденциальная информация. Джессика Хэмилтон. 2:45, 15. Травма головы и мягких тканей. Авария. Хлоральгидрат в крови. Наружно следы насилия. Окей. В крови введен недавно. Не вводить седативные препараты, пациентка находится на 0, постоянный режим дальнейшего наблюдения. Короче, доказали ей, что ее
You're making me
изнасиловали.
uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Окей, что тут еще есть? Так, жвачка какая-то.
No good to me.
Ну мало ли. Во рту завонило.
Optimistic, Cole.
Алкоголь. Чудес. Забираем. Снимки. Журнал. Абобус.
Incidental.
Совпадение, да. Что скажешь?
Hello, Jessica.
Здорово.
My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Окей. Сообщение об аварии.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy.
I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Да что ты заливаешь?
You're holding out on me,
Блядь.
Jessica.
Please, I want my doctor. I'm not sure I can answer any more questions right now.
Так, все, собрались. Контакт с
You need to get in
родителями.
touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Ну что ты врешь? Мы нашли смс-очку от миссис
You're lying,
Хэмилтон.
Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
Ты 15-летняя голышка. Письмо матери.
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
Связь,
I
доказательства
know what
насилия.
happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Ну тут сомнения. Типа ложь ей не предъявить. Да,
Someone
в
tried to kill you,
смысле?
Jessica. Do you get it? Forget about being in movies. It's time to act like a grown-up.
Ну не может быть такое, что ей можно было предъявить доказательства насилия. Ну мы только что сказали, что оно было.
It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
Ну это
How
ресни.
did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
И чё? И чё?
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie.
У
But they seemed
Фолпса
okay
рука
yesterday,
трясется,
but
как
they worked it out.
Паркинсона.
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
Окей.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Ты ни хрена не получишь.
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Опа! По коням. Жесть, но в последнее время что-то допросы у меня не получаются. Очень не получаются. Хоть они тут супер легкие. Так куда ты прешь?
Ballard is definitely up to something. She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Потешная ситуация. Окей. А ДПСников вызывают. Так. Ля-ля-ля. Идет.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Tell the cook this was some good gravy.
No, I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it.
Ё, чё ты так орёшь?
You know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls. I'm going to be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
Угу. Бишоп 803 номер. Ну, блин, чё? Садись, ёшки.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of
Так,
trouble.
как нам быстрее доехать до него? Напряженная музычка, значит, надо быстренько. Так, это место аварии. Надо сюда. А мы... А где мы? А, мы здесь. Получается, надо проехать... Проехать парк. И на 7-й направо. Окей.
I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit, you better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at the girl.
What did you make of the kid?
Ё,
Read the story?
бля.
I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
Продажные все твари.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
Any Century Unit 415, possible mental case. At 7th and Flower, Unit to handle code 3 identified. All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803,
Бля, не успел
apartment
походу.
hotel.
Ля-ля-ля. Бегут, бегут.
You the cops? I tried to stop them. It's room 803, left out of the elevator.
Так. Чик.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Look, lady, I can pound you or I can pound your husband. Which one is it gonna be?
Give it up! LAPD!
LAPD. Опа, опа. Давай, опа. По мордасам тебе. Ёп. Опа, на. -1. Ничего ты ему зубы выбил. Вовремя приехали.
Are you injured, Mrs. Bishop?
I'm all right now. Those horrible, awful men.
Perhaps you should sit down, ma'am.
Yes. Forgive me, officers. I'm very flushed. I'll just sit down for a moment.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am. Take a moment while we look around.
Yes, thank you.
Осмотримся. Так, чё тут
Look at this
ничего?
mess.
Беспорядок. Макарёк. Чё это? Фотографии. Два жирных каких-то челика. Депутаты поди.
Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work
Hopgood.
together on
Они
occasion.
иногда работают
That's
вместе.
Hopgood's shop.
Русалка там какая-то. Эдди Уэйсон.
Not much help.
Нам не поможет. Жаль. Классическая музыка обычно помогает. Чё это? Нетерпимость. Любовь сильнее ненависти. Великая Вавилонская.
A replica of a replica.
Окей. Так, еще какие-то фотки. Декорации.
Movie set downtown.
Прикольно. Да, раньше прикольно снимали с декорациями, сейчас зеленые экраны. Так, что тут на кухне есть? Палочки. И непонятные палочки.
Not sure this means much.
Да хрен с ними. Это нам явно не поможет. Так, что-то на столе лежит. Ничего, это нам не помогает. Закрыто. Опа, помада.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Кольцо.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Ну, может быть, расческа, может, там есть его волос.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Нет. Так, пачка конфеток каких-то.
Probably not.
Херня. Шкаф. No. Так, это что? Тоже какая-то декорация ковбойская. Веселый ковбой Марку Бишопу с благодарностью. Окей. Так, ну это мы смотрели. Ляпота. Так, ну тут больше ничего вроде нет. Ну, поговорим. Незаконное вторжение.
I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
Да ты по-любому что-то знаешь. Но доказательств у меня нету. Но это и неправда.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Окей. Местонахождение Бишопа.
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Но очень часто моргает. Ну, вроде похоже на правду.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Изнасилование Джессики
Your husband was at a
Хэмилтон.
casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
Что-то она косит. Я не знаю, что ей предъявить. Письмо матери. Копия декорации. Сомнения, что ли? Но это не похоже на правду.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, Detective. Are you sure you really want to know? The truth is, my husband likes them young.
And you think that's okay?
Педофилия.
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Окей. Узнаем сейчас адрес и поедем на эту студию, может быть.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
1247.
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thank you.
Окей. Серебряный экран. Ну, погнали, съездим. Больше тут ничего интересного нет. Биковский, погнали.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. Finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Здорово. Что скажешь?
All I know is all I've told you, Detective.
Ничего не скажешь. Окей. Что-то интересное будет. Кто там цокает? А, это мы. Ладно. Это мы цокаем. Блин, номер Бишева не закрылся.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on. She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and the cat.
Хрен его посмотрим.
Officers help Major 415, 1624 West 3rd Street, 1624 West 3rd Street. Any unit to handle code 3, identify.
Упс. Это не я. Так, тут направо. Компания «Серебряный экран». 10:34. Вывеска так себе.
Phelps and
Здорово, дед.
Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Ну, погнали. Ля, какой Миша. Миша, конечно, жесткий. Чего?
So, you coming?
Так это ж экран. Чё, рофлишь? Бля, банк. Ладно, мы еще сюда
What do you
вернемся.
think? Search through all this crazy movie junk. See what turns up.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Ю. Так, пойду осмотрю все-таки эту хренотень сзади. Потому что что-то сомнительно. Так, тут еще что-то есть. Газета. The Flood Streets. Наркотики из военных запасов.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon.
Микки
What would
Коэн?
you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr.
You
Жесть,
wanna be a
сам Микки
doctor
Коэн.
and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. And how can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh? Jeez.
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Жесть, Серега, спасибо за рейд. 2 человека. Пок.
Need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes.
2 чела. Жесть. Спасибо, спасибо.
Yeah, Surrettes. Right.
Вливаемся, мы
Put
тут
into
проходим
big vats, we can water it down a little bit.
миссию. Тут покушались на маленьких девочек.
But it doesn't work that way.
Плюс
You're
250.
likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen, we want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey, you don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Все, минус Шелдон получается. Залутали 250 и минусуем Шелдона. А что, ты передумал играть, Серег? Ты ж вроде собирался там в этого, в рематч играть. Так, газетку откладываем. Головы. Жесть, они, конечно, криповые.
this is where you sprang from.
Ну, обычный гипс, и чё? Меня вот это вот напрягает, но это ж типа... Ну, лол, это ж типа не это... Не стена. Картинка. Ладно, видимо, пока мне нельзя туда. Колеса какие-то. Да не трясись ты. Тихо. Хлоралгидрат. Угу.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Жесть, на маленьких девочек покушаются. Опять эти манекены. Они такие криповые, нахрен. Ля, красивый. Красивый Фелпс. Опа. Вот как начинался сниматься видосики на Порнохаб. С маленькими голышками.
Well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Так, тут что у нас? Чёски, стулья. Сральник. Зеркало обычно. Ну ведь, видимо, сейчас меня пустят сзади пройти. Это ж не настоящая стена. Изучаем. На. Noire флыга. Опа. Ну все, получается детская порнография. Интересно, записи есть? Марк Бишоп, Джессика Хэмилтон. Ясно, короче. Минус Джессика. Малую оприходовали. Так, вот тут еще какая-то. Бишоп Pictures, название барабана джунглей. Марк Бишоп, адрес около 8 Франциско Стрит.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco.
Декорации фильма, барабаны джунглей, катушка. Ну, как я понял, там ничего нет. Ля, какая шпага. А тут фоточки какие-то. Ага, еще и в тубзике за ними присматривали. Жесть. Обалдеть. Ну, сейчас пойдем разбираться со старым негодником. Слышь, старикан. Связь с Бишопом. Выкладывай.
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah.
Может, просто Brothers.
Yes.
When did you last see him?
Yeah, I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
Ля ты крыса. Ну вот ты что ты скрываешь? Ну я сейчас опять обосрусь и неправильно выберу. Декорации, седло, гидрат. Подозреваемый Марк Бишоп в последнем рассказе сказал, что едет на съемки. Но это я ему предъявить не смогу, потому что бессмысленно. Или нет? Не, бессмысленно, тут сомнения, скорее всего.
He was here yesterday, and something happened that pushed him over the edge. You're holding out on us, Hopgood.
You know, I have very good connections with the Vice Squad.
Так, продолжим.
Well, there's a surprise.
They won't appreciate you coming in here and strong-arming me.
Жесть, конечно, тут трудности перевода.
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
Если он и правда пытался убить жену Маккейфи, я бы посоветовал ему уехать.
Warning you, Pop.
Да
If you
ёпта.
give him up to McAfee and we find out about it,
Wind it back a notch, tough guy. I'm telling you, I don't know where he is.
Да ему
that's
ж
all for
нельзя...
now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Ему ж нельзя ничего было предъявить, в смысле.
Roy Earl advice.
Roy
Hold on a
Earl.
moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlon?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm
Короче,
hearing.
дело
I'll be making a full
просрано.
report to the captain, detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you. Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
Detectives.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We can beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part, happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen. Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole?
Жесть, поляки
Now run along
прессуют
back to your boss so he can pat you on the head and
американцев.
tell you what good boys you are.
Забулили американцев. Опа! Жесть, обалдеть. Стреляй по машине. Да.
I need to be closer, Cole.
Ну ты будешь стрелять там,
They
нет?
really don't want anybody getting to Bishop before they do.
Жесть, ну ты стрелок, конечно.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down.
Блять, куда он летит-то, это... Амеба. Осуждаю.
We need to lose those fools, Phelps.
Опа. Обманочек. Оп, обманочек.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
Make a move. We're sitting ducks here.
Ну ты будешь стрелять или чего? Нет. Так, один минус.
Keep it steady. I'll try and bust his tires.
Either give me a good shot or get us the hell out of here.
Citizen reports a 211 in progress.
Let's see him chase us now. On to the movie set.
Да чё сбежали, мы и так уже зафакапили
And they say working traffic is like watching
миссию
paint dry.
моими гениальными допросами.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
Ля, какие здоровенные. Декорация барабана джунглей. Блин, я шляпу
There's a
просрал.
slippery bastard now.
А, это не я.
God damn it! Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit.
Тук-тук-тук-тук. По лестничке. Давай, 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 давай.
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD!
LAPD, давай, давай, давай. Сейчас мы догоним этого старикашку. Давай, давай, давай. Пипа спринт. Пипо спринт.
It's us or McAfee's boys, your choice.
Давай, 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 давай. Ты сука. Старикан.
Bishop, that's enough. That girl made it all up.
Давай, Фелпс. Ты военный, это какой-то старый пердун. Что-то качество декорации тоже в плачевном состоянии.
Don't make this any harder on yourself, Bishop.
Ты дурак, Фелпс.
Hands in the air, Bishop. Move another inch and you're dead.
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
Еще сейчас обратно спускаться, что ли?
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
Жесть, там армада приехала.
Christ, detective, they're trying to kill me. Last chance to back them.
Оп, сенса, наводимся. Минус шляпка. Годы в КС дают о себе знать. Оп. Хедшот. Ой, у него винтовочек подберем. Чего? С 2 патронов в голову умирает. У Фелпса уже 5 пуль в теле. Реализм. Обалдеть.
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
Чел, тебе нормально?
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Come on, it's this way.
А чё сенса увеличилась сразу? Чё с сенсой? То мертвая, то живая, блин. Куда? Где? Алло. А, сверху. Немножко так. Оп. Опа. Рано. Старикан Фелпс что-то выдохся. А канава себя не оправдывает.
Get him over here, I'll cover you. Come on, the cavalry's here.
This is all Ballard's fault.
Жесть, чё их так много?
Those barrels at the base of the elephant column. They're full of gasoline. Shoot them.
Чё с сенсой?
How long do you think you can hold out?
Stay down. I've got yourself.
Обалдеть. Минус декорации.
Follow me. We need to get him to the car.
Stay in cover.
Где? Откуда? А, все вижу.
Find some cover.
Так, все.
Follow me. Come on.
Все, отлетается очередняра. А тут машину можно взорвать? Остатки пуль. Хедшот. Да в меня зачем-то стреляет. Жесть, friendly fire начался. Да в смысле поработали, заруинил все допросы.
Stats, rape, and attempted murder, so he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. Developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your
Повышение за мои допросы. Чел, ты видел, как я допрашивал? А, Бековский лыбится. Че ты лыбишься? Ты дальше загнивать здесь будешь. Лыбу, да. Опять этот челик.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Бековский опять шляпу просрал. О, кайфовый саунд начался.
You'll like this place. A lot of movie people hang out here. You like jazz, Cole? The hopheads love it.
Sure, I guess.
Big bands and swing I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How are you supposed to dance to that? This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
You like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
Осуждаю.
A pleasure to meet you,
Что
Alphonse. Is Elsa
за
singing tonight?
расизм?
There she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my only real friend, Harlan. We went through it all. Do you realize what he
Опять
did to
этот
me? You
врачеватель.
have no idea. You said it was
Наркоманский.
construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa.
Ну, так это Анджелина Джоли.
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Опа.
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to,
Yeah.
you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreck.
Да у нее на руке живого места нету.
So what about that drink, boys?
Отчет по делу. Ущерб автомобилям $2000. Похвально. Дело, скорее всего, развалится, ведь ни сама Джессика, ни Джун так и не заявили о случившемся. Ой, блядь. Из меня плохой детектив. Полгода спустя. Помада цвета крови. Отдел убийств. Насколько я помню, он самый сложный. И довольно откровенный. Бля. Жесть.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch.
Ну, этот орущий начальник. Флойд Ройс. Ну, это челик в начале был. Расти, по-моему.
Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up,
Костюмчик
Phelps. Make a
новый.
cheer. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Жесть. Дали в напарнике кряхтящего деда, который будет говорить, что мы говно.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
I thought this was such a nice area.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Nice day for it.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
Машина поносного цвета у нас. Ну ладно. Выбирать не приходится. Но дело у нас тот же.
Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
Where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you to
Жесть,
keep it
как
to
тут
yourself.
то, так и есть.
See if you can learn
Середине
something
дороги
about seeing how a
останавливаться.
real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion. The Daily News came out
today.
calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, is expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Очень странные вот эти вот помешки у американцев с маньяками. Это ж вроде отсылки на каких-то исторических личностей. Так, репортеришки уже здесь. Дальше по дороге, окей.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
Не закопал, а урыл.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Расти, конечно, харизматичный. Мужчина в самом рассвете сил. О май.
Patrolman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood.
Пустырь. Еще один пустырь. Надеюсь, девочек с трусами не будет.
It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Так. Что у нас тут? Газеты. Так, сумочка, расческа. Расческа что нам дает? Ничего. Ну, сумочки 100% что-то есть.
The victim's bag? Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Возможно. Ну что там, ключи какие-то? Не хочешь посмотреть? Так, ну ее тащили. Здесь забили, а потом начали тащить.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints? Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Окей. А, следы машины. Нет? Нет? На следы пох. Или как? Или что?
Has the scene been secured? Patrolman Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Это бы ты осмотрели.
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stalked.
Ну башку и раскрыли нормально.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Ну, кольца вроде нету.
What about this one on the finger? Something removed, a ring most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Все все-таки было. Иди к черту, черная орхидея. Фанатик. Отпечаток ботинок.
What does the writing on the victim mean? BD, like Dahlia? Tex? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Ничего. Больше тут ничего что-то не видел. На, глобус. Вон глобус какой-то валяется.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Нужно не так быстро дать. Жесть, гениально. Имущество клуба Бамба, Норд Спрингс.
The Bamba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
we get to the Bomba, a man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Это тоже бухать хочет. Ну, поехали. Вези
You drive.
в клубам.
We need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. Caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got you next.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note on a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for the police. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phillips, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found it.
Да хрен бы вы что нашли. Классика жанра, когда все одинаковое, все под рукой есть, находят не того. Так, ну зайдем.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss it. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little part. Pour me 3 fingers
Сразу
of rye.
бухать сел.
Could you cover my shift on Wednesday? I have an update.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is...
officer. That's the
Was
spirit. Pour me another.
a lovely woman.
Подозреваемого видели жертвой.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes, at around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
So, how's your tuna fish salad? Where's that goddamn waitress?
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Окей, следим. Кольцо.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side.
Да просто попали эту
Larger
штуку.
than life, like
Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. Carried a torch for
подкатывал
Celine
к
in those
ней.
days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Знает мужа.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. Put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap. They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Окей. Надо сначала машину отследить.
Just don't know how to dance to bebop.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool is just starting to warm up nicely.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please.
Thanks, ma'am.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Really.
Так, Расти, ты ведешь к дому Генри.
Where are we headed?
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
Smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined.
Дом семьи Генри. 10 утра.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Опа. Разбито окошко.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Окей. Что-то громко. Так, ладно, еще быстренько осмотримся. Что тут у нас?
A regular Amelia Earhart per day. The ring looks distinctive. Tiffany. The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Окей. Так, ну расческа вряд ли пригодится. Так, тут надо хера. Да, тут вроде ничего нет. Хорошо, ничего больше нету. СМС-ка на холодильнике.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit?
Для тебя просто надо фляжечку с бухлишком таскать, и легче станет. Так, тут у нас
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
39. Женская туфля. Пианино. Очки.
Nothing significant.
Тут какие-то документы лежат. Видимо, они не нужны. Пойдем соседей спросим. Здорово.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand,
на
but
кого-то она так похожа.
Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row.
Возможно.
I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered.
Murdered? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Проблемы в семье. Что у тебя в багажнике есть? Ничего. Так села.
Please. I'm too
Окей.
upset.
Она не хочет разговаривать. Расти уже ждет.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
You know the way. You can drive.
Where exactly are we going?
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. Skipper says bring him in. Keep the hats off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Очень классно водишь машину. Квартира Джейкоба Генри.
Going hard. Follow my lead. You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
She's...
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Да-да-да. Сейчас найдем какую-нибудь биту, монтировку. Опа. Спасибо за предложение.
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
He'll be back in a moment. Just sit tight.
Так, он собирался куда-то уезжать.
Size 11s.
45. У того убийца 41 вроде бы. Пока не подходит. Опа, бита. Походу немножко кровавленная. Мелочь. Чё себе. Давай.
I doubt it.
Так, ну побазарим. Передвижение
So who
жертвы.
could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Так, тут взлом, туфелька. Хорген, соседка утверждает, что после ссоры с мужем у жертвы был синяк. Ну ничего.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
Жаль. Последний контакт с жертвой.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Ну блин, как вот это аргументировать? Типа... Проблемы в семье. Что он скажет на ложь?
That's a lie, and you know it. You tailed her, watched her come out of a bar, and then beat her to death. Admit it, Henry.
Why would I do that, Detective?
Взлом, проблемы в семье. Да нет, тут 100%
You're off the hook for now.
не мог кидануть нечего.
And how are we meant to believe that, Jacob? It isn't looking good for you.
That nosy bitch from next door, Janie Horgan. She'll tell you I left. And what time.
Ну это ж вообще не подходит. Что за перевод?
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
А там угрозы какие-то были.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
А? А? Записка с угрозами.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
Алиби Джейкоба.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Вот это мне ему никак. Вот это я никак не задоджу. Вот, видимо, зафакапленные.
So you were here, tucked up in bed, while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night. I answered the phone.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob. This doesn't look good.
Еще и нападение на копа. Мне дали лещей. Блин. Да, это просто полное говно.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc.
Желудки.
Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Так, ладно. Я закончу эту миссию потом. А то что-то у меня все очень плохо идет и продолжается. Не мое допросики сегодня. Не мое. Так. Так, я не знаю, тут есть еще кто-то? Спасибо за стримак. Я попробую рейдецки Владос скинуть. И всем спасибо. Всем хорошей ночи. И пока.